And now, from approximately coast to coast, the Novelty Clip Company, maker of pre-twisted paper clips for busy executives, presents classic Bob and Ray. Lee Ballou here, winner of radio's prestigious Bronze Fly Swatter Award. Today, my broadcasting colleague, Artie Schermerhorn, and I will be bringing you yet another of our on-the-spot reports. Bob and Ray make one of their lucky phone calls, and we'll hear another heartwarming episode in the ongoing saga of one fella's family. And now, this is Wally Ballou, returning it to the studio.
Hey, we have been thinking that it would be wise this summer to get an airplane that we could fly around the country and report on traffic conditions, that being very important on the weekends.
I mean, some stations have done this locally in different areas, but we thought maybe on a weekend we could cover every major city in the country if we had our own plane.
So we have hired an airplane. It may be a little too big for the job, but...
Well, it's a Cub, isn't it?
At least that's what they said it would be. And we've hired a couple of fellows to fly it. We've sent Wally Ballou out to our private little airport up in Westchester County, who has gone there with a tape recording on this initial broadcast. So come in, Wally Ballou in Westchester.
Lee Ballou, here inside the airplane as preparations are made to take off on the first trial run for Bob and Ray's traffic reporting bulletin. You may be able to hear the pilot up in the cockpit ahead. He's squeezed in there, doesn't have hardly room to turn around, and he is calling the tower for the go-ahead signal.
Ready, Captain? Okay, co-pilot. Let's go.
Check
for takeoff.
He's ready.
Wing
They're
flaps.
checking for takeoff.
Wing flaps.
Wing
Rudder.
flaps are okay.
Rudder.
Port
engine one.
There goes port engine one.
Port engine one. Port engine two.
They've told me port engine two. They told me to sit back here and not bother
Starboard
them.
engine one.
Starboard engine one. This
Starboard
Cub,
engine one.
that there.
Starboard engine two.
Starboard engine two. That's
Starboard
four.
engine two. Airplane ready.
Now they're ready.
Flight 35. Ready.
And
Takeoff when ready. Flight 35.
the tower says take off when ready, and that's what we're doing. And this little plane that will be covering the traffic for Bob and Ray this summer, we're taxiing out to the strip.
Up
And
with
the
your
next-
landing gear. Gear up.
Now we're off the ground. You'll hear me again when we're in the air.
Okay, take her now. I'll say hello to our passengers.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Huh?
I'm Captain Williams, your pilot on this flight.
Captain
We are
Williams.
now airborne at 12,000 feet, flying at 310 miles per hour, and will reach Chicago on schedule in 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Chicago?
Ready for your breakfast, children?
Huh?
Here, put these pillows on your laps, and I'll
There's a
put the
beautiful,
trays on.
lovely lady in a uniform speaking to the passenger.
Say, that was good. Where are we now, Miss Jones?
Let's see, it's 10:45.
Miss Jones is her name.
We're over Allentown, Pennsylvania now.
How can you tell
Allentown,
where we are?
Pennsylvania.
Well, we have a schedule, and we follow...
Who's
on
there?
the way.
We're broadcasting
Right
from
now.
Bob and Ray's plane, sir. They're going to be covering traffic conditions over the various towns this summer.
Hello, Allentown. Ceiling clear.
I think we made some mistake here, ladies and gentlemen. And Bob and Ray, will you forgive me, fellas?
that
I seem to be on the wrong
Yes,
plane.
Lake Erie.
And now,
Big
from
city.
12,000...
Well, was he ever on the wrong plane?
That's not our plane.
Well, there goes Wally Ballou to Chicago. And he's going to have a nice breakfast, too, which is nice. Actually, he did get on the wrong plane. It's a little Cub.
Can't he tell the difference between a Cub and a transcontinental plane?
It would appear he couldn't.
Time again for Matt Neffer, boy spot welding king of the world. Today, Matt and his friend Todd are sitting quietly in Todd's library as Matt puts down volume 18 of his encyclopedia and turns to Todd. He says,
Well, it's nice being here in your library, Todd.
I thought this was your library, Matt.
Oh?
I mean, it doesn't look like my library, all these books and things. My library is rather sparsely furnished with books.
Out here in the foyer.
Oh, yes. Oh, now I know it's your house, Matt. I don't have a foyer in mine.
That's right, you don't. That encyclopedia you were reading, Todd, you had What volume was it?
It was volume 18, Matt, but you were reading it. I was sitting here watching you read it.
Out here in the front porch, Todd.
Sure thing, Matt.
I didn't hear what you were saying about the encyclopedia.
I was saying that you were reading there from volume 18.
I was reading from volume 18 of the
Yes.
encyclopedia.
Re to st.
Matt,
Yes, Todd.
I'm out on the porch. Would you let me in, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm awfully
Yes.
sorry about that, Todd.
Certainly a beautiful day outside.
Oh, open it. I'm out here now, Todd.
Oh, of course, Matt. Matt, this isn't getting
Let's leave
us
the door
anywhere.
open, shall we?
Yes.
I said let's leave the door open.
Oh, all right.
That's better.
Matt, this isn't solving any of your problems.
I had a letter this morning from Inspector Hartstone.
Inspector Hartstone.
Yes, of the death squad.
But he's been off for some time.
Up here! Upstairs, Todd.
I'll take the elevator, Matt. It'll be quicker.
No, you're taking the stairs. I can hear you. No, it's me going down.
I'm already up here in the elevator, Matt.
Well, I'm downstairs now, Todd.
Well, which would be quicker for me to get down, by elevator or on the stairs?
I think probably if you took the stairs, 2 at a time.
Right. There we are. Yes, that was quicker, Matt. But I won't say it was more comfortable.
Out here in the kitchen, Todd, making up a little blast.
And so Matt and Todd ponder the problems which face Matt as boy spot welding king of the world. Next time, a strange request is made on the telephone. We'll hear Matt say,
No, I will not.
in the next episode of Matt Neffer, written for radio by O. Leo Leahy.
Right now, because I have to leave, I want to introduce Clyde and Claude McBee, the McBee twins and their orchestra, who are here on just a one-night stand. Isn't that right, Clyde and Claude, in New York?
Well, yes. We'll be here for 2 more days, Bob and Ray.
2 more days, and you've had quite a lot of success with this new combination. I wonder if you'd tell us a little bit about just what the instrumentation is.
Well, the new instrumentation of the orchestra includes 5 violins, 4 drums, 6 accordions, and 7 cornets, and 11 pianos, and 5 electric organs, and 12 saxophones, and 1 bugle.
Well, that makes a total of 53 musicians. That certainly is a big, practically a symphonic aggregation, and you get real good sound out of all this conglomeration.
Sounds just miserable.
Uh-huh. Well, you must need more than 1 bus to carry a load like this around the country.
That's right, Bob. We have 4 buses and 6 trailers and 2 trains and 1 truck and
3 motorcycles. What? 3 motorcycles. It's the first time that I think that I can remember that one of the McBee twins, and I don't know which one it was, but either Claude or Clyde was him. One of them talked by himself, and that certainly proves that we're getting somewhere.
Well, we're trying to get away from talking the way we do. It just seems like we keep echoing each other. And we've been trying to get away from it.
Well, I want to wish you a great deal of luck, fellas. And as always, bon voyage wherever you happen to go with your troupe.
Well, thank you. And it was a real pleasure to be here.
Stopping by.
You see how we're trying to get away from it.
Uh-huh.
This is Public Lawyer, episodes dedicated to the selfless conduct of those who serve the best interests of the public. Court-appointed attorney Vernon Stitz is such a man.
Now, how do you plead, prisoner? Guilty or not guilty?
Well, I don't know.
Do you have benefit of counsel?
No. You see, Your Honor, I don't have a lawyer, to be honest with you.
Well, every man, woman, and child is entitled to the fullest protection of the law. Now, there are several court-appointed attorneys here in the courtroom. Would one of you please step forward to advise this man?
I will.
I can't see too well from here, but I suspect that eager voice belongs to Vernon Stitz.
Maybe I'd better go it alone and take my chances, Judge.
No, the law is a complex thing, Mr. Flowers. I'm calling a 10-minute recess here so that Mr. Stitz can familiarize himself with the details of your case.
I appreciate that, Your Honor.
Now, would the prisoner please step forward?
Prisoner just stepped forward, Your Honor.
Thank you, Counselor. Now, after having conferred with his attorney, how does the prisoner plead?
Just a minute, Your Honor. I've advised Mr. Flowers not to plead guilty or not guilty either.
Well, I hope you know what you're doing, Counselor.
Your Honor, I'm willing to take the risk. There's a precedent for all this, the State versus Cosmo, October 1928. If the good judge will look it up, he'll find that Victor Cosmo pleaded neither guilty nor not guilty in October of 1928.
Well, if it's a legal duel you want, my hot-headed young friend, you'll get one. I was the presiding judge on that case, and the reason Mr. Cosmo didn't plead one way or the other was because he was hit by a truck before the trial and became deceased.
Judge, I think I'll go it alone. I don't want the court to do me any favors with free attorneys, especially this one.
Well,
Your Honor, I'd like to ask for a recess.
On what grounds, may I know?
Some new evidence has come up that will be of interest to this court.
Counselor, there hasn't as yet been a trial. I haven't seen any kind of evidence.
Exactly, Your Honor. We're dealing with the pre-introduction of evidence before a trial, a totally new legal concept.
Oh, get out of here, Stitz. That's ridiculous.
Ha! That's just what I've been waiting for. An outburst from you, Your Honor. I move that this case be thrown out of court because of pre-trial prejudice on the part of the presiding judge.
Frankly, Counselor, I am prejudiced. I think you're a boob.
Judge, I didn't come with this guy. All he said to me during the recess was that we were involved in a desperate gamble for time, even before he heard what I was doing here. I think he's a nut, so I'll plead guilty.
So be it. And now, instead of skiing information, we bring you another episode of One Fella's Family. Today's episode, entitled High Noon at Home, is taken from Book 11, Chapter 7, 8, 9, and a footnote on page 15 of Chapter 9. As we look in on the family now, Father is standing by the grandfather clock, and it's 5 minutes before noon.
Well, Fanny,
Yeah?
pretty near lunchtime. 5 minutes to high noon.
That's right. Well, at noon we always have our lunch, don't we? Kind of soup do you want today?
Well, I think beef and vegetable would be very appetizing.
All righty. Want any sandwiches or salad? Or...
Maybe a peanut butter sandwich.
Oh, really? Now, peanut butter sandwich with your beef
Have you noticed
soup?
how the sun has been bringing out the buds on the rose bushes?
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Felly.
I heard that, but what did you say?
I said, have you noticed how the sun is bringing out the buds on the rose bushes?
Buds on the rose bushes. Yes, I
What
noticed
said,
that.
Fanny.
Well, why don't you talk more plainly?
All a result of good pruning.
The way you talk, I can't hardly understand you from time to time.
Pruned those rose bushes when I did a month ago, they wouldn't be budded now.
They wouldn't be what?
Budded.
They wouldn't be budded?
Budded now.
Oh. Well, why don't you talk to... You going downtown today?
Burst into full bloom.
Oh, land's sakes. My word, I find you more difficult every day. Are you going downtown today?
This afternoon, Fanny.
Why don't you drop in and see the dentist there and see if he can tighten up your diction?
Nonsense. Bradley. That was back in Book 6.
What? Oh.
Have you noticed the clock is pretty near ready to strike high noon?
High noon.
High noon at home.
You've been listening to One Fella's Family, brought to you instead of skiing information at this time. Today's episode, entitled High Noon at Home, is taken from Book 11, Chapters 7, 8, and 9, pages 12, and a footnote on page 15. One Fella's Family is written and produced by T. Wilson Messy. This is a Messy production.
Now, for all of you book fans, here is our literary editor, Webley Webster.
Hello, everybody.
Webb, we haven't had a review for quite some time now. And, of course, a lot of new books on the bestseller list.
Well, it's so difficult to select, never reading them all. I think the past year was a very, very fruitful year.
Yes, it was.
For writers. We've had some wonderful books from stories, histories. There's so much interesting stuff that it's very difficult for me to sift through them all and to come up with one to publicize nationally.
Well, I see the Webley Webster players are in the other studio ready to enact a scene from a book, so I guess you have read one and picked it out, have you?
I have read one, and I've picked it out to review and to dramatize what I think is the most exciting portion of the book.
Exciting scene from this particular book.
Yes.
What is it, please?
The book is called Where'd You Go Out, What You Do, Nothing.
Oh, yes, I read that. That was very amusing. Where did you go out? And what scene are they going to do, Webb?
Well, this takes place very early in the book, on about page 12. There are 3 days at sea, and the mean old pirate captain comes on deck, and he calls to his first mate.
Matey.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Now, that be no way to talk to your good captain.
What's the matter, Captain?
Why, you...
No. Oh.
The good matey didn't fall down.
Yeah, I thought that wasn't as hard as you usually hit, Captain.
Well, when I hit from now on, matey, you best fall down.
Aye, aye, sir. Want to try it once?
Why, you...
That was better, sir. Much better.
All right, up off the deck, matey. What be direction this here tub going in?
Well, we're heading east by northeast, sir. But there's a storm ahead.
Why, Don't be bringing a good captain bad news like that, matey.
Boy.
I'll tell ye when I want to be told there's a storm brewing.
Aye, aye, sir.
I don't like... Why,
I think that's the most exciting part of the whole book. I recommend it for everyone, from a kid to an old buck.
I don't remember that scene in that book at all, but we don't have time to go into it right now. And until our next book review, Webley Webster says...
So long, everybody.
This is Artie Schermerhorn. I'm out doing a little research today here with my microphone. I'm walking along the sidewalk, measuring just how many feet there are in one of these blocks of pavement. It's a very interesting thing, and I say I got 1 foot, 2, 3, about 3.5 to each one of these things. Oh, here's a gentleman. Would you like to talk into our microphone?
Yes, I'd be happy to.
Would you care to give us your name?
Wally Ballou.
How do you do, Mr. Ballou? What do you do?
Well, I'm an on-the-street reporter.
The heck you say?
That's right.
Well, isn't this a coincidence?
Same line of work, Artie.
Yeah.
I've heard you many times, incidentally, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to congratulate you on your fine work.
I was just measuring these pavements, Mr. Ballou. Do you do scientific things like that?
Yes. There's 80 feet to a block here in this
that...
particular section of town.
You knew that, then, eh?
I've already done that, yes.
Oh. Well, this is Artie Schermerhorn, then, returning it to the studio.
Ray, I have our lucky phone call all ready to dial here.
Oh, you're sober-sized today. Well, okay. Let's tear open the envelope.
And our call goes out to Terre Haute, Indiana. Number is...
Number, please.
Terre Haute, Indiana, 238, ring 7. Must be a farmhouse.
Whereabouts, Indiana?
Terre Haute?
Terre Haute, I think. It's none of my business, but I think you're mispronouncing it.
Hot. Hoot.
What was the number again in Terre Haute?
I'll have to look again.
Wait a minute, I think I wrote it down.
347, ring 7, I think, isn't it?
Yes, that'll do. All right, I'll put the call through.
Doesn't make any difference, I promise.
Give me the route, Terre Haute, Indiana, please, will you, operator? Norwalk, Ohio, ring down 3. Cleveland round Derby.
Pronounces it
up
Terre
through New
Haute.
York, over to New England, down, over at... Thank you.
The operator's getting the number in Terre Haute now, and in a very short time we should be... It's ringing. I can hear it ring out there.
Hello?
Hello, is this Terre Haute 347, ring 7?
Yes, it is.
This Bob and Ray in New York calling you, sir.
Yes?
You Mr. Granby H. Frompton?
That's right.
Do you live on a farm, Mr. Frompton?
Yes, I do.
That's what we assumed when we saw that ring 7 number there. This is our lucky phone call.
Mm-hmm.
From the Bob and Ray Show.
It's the Bob and Ray Show, Alice.
He's telling his wife, Alice, that it's the Bob and Ray Show calling from New York.
I don't know who they are.
She's saying she doesn't know who
She doesn't know who you fellas are. I don't either. What is it all about?
Well, it's a radio program, sir.
It's a radio show, huh?
We make a lucky phone call. What?
I didn't say anything. Go ahead.
And you were selected from our phone books.
Clambering up for rain.
Fine. You were selected scientifically from our phone lists here in New York City.
That's fine.
To be called on today's program.
Certainly appreciate you calling.
All right. Good to talk to you, Mr. Frompton.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So we've made another lucky telephone call, this time to Terre Haute.
That was very good, wasn't it?
Yes.
By transcription, we have a tape here of an interview we made earlier this week, so we call an open-end interview with the star fullback of the Little Rock, Arkansas professional football team, the Lancers. Is that right? Is this Frank Fonsicle? Is this what we did, Ray?
That's right, and he's a quarterback on a professional football team.
All
What
right.
you have?
I had fullback, but
No,
it doesn't
he's
make
a
any
quarterback.
difference.
He calls a play.
Will you start the tape, please? Frank, it's a pleasure to have you here in the Bob and Ray isolation booth. How long have you been playing pro football?
Well, that's when the end goes out. And you take a beat and draw in the tackle and then go through. And for the first down, you hope you don't get more than 2 or 3 yards on a play like that.
Trouble somewhere. Frank, tell me this. Your team has showed up pretty good so far this year. What was the outstanding game, do you think, in your mind?
1938.
That's the answer to the when he started, I think. Frank, I'd like to ask you just one question.
Hello there. It's a pleasure to be here. And if you have any questions about football, you go ahead and
roll that back.
I'll try to answer them for you.
Answer if you can. Yeah. Now we got it straight. Frank, tell me this. What do you think your toughest game this year is going to be yet to be played?
38.
It's the same one, the same track. Frank?
It's a pleasure.
Well, our time is...
Fire away with any questions, and I'll be very pleased to answer them.
Running a little bit short. We've been listening to quarterback Frank Fonsicle of the Little Rock Lancers, and just a final goodbye, Frank, and thanks for being here.
38.
How'd you like to make extra money in your spare time? For a profitable hobby that can develop into a lucrative business, it's alligators, the small, clean, scaly animals that are literally worth their weight in gold.
Now, they can be raised in a spare room, basement, or garage. It takes only a few minutes a day to care for a pair, and it costs only a few pennies a day to feed each animal. Alligators breed once a year and have 1 to 5 eggs at a time. They white clean with a damp cloth.
Now, the pair that you're going to get from Alligator Industries are completely guaranteed producers, all pedigreed and registered. Now, we would like to point out that you can make all sorts of things from these animals: suitcases, shoes, watch bands, many other expensive articles.
Now, we'll help you get started, folks, and show you how to make substantial profits in alligator raising. We'll supply you with 2 alligator eggs and complete information on the feeding, raising, housing, and breeding of alligators.
Oh, and don't forget, Ray, alligator eggs are sturdy, they're easy to handle, and they're as light as ping-pong balls.
Now then, for the free booklet on alligator raising, with no obligation whatsoever, write to Slimy, New York.
And as a special bonus for the first 100 to order alligator eggs, we're going to send absolutely free a 1-week supply of vitamin-enriched alligator food.
Remember, no alligator salesman will call at your home.
I just wish you could see our studio here, all bedecked with bunting of varied colors. And we're chatting with Miss Gladys Gayhart of Elkhart, Indiana. Just a minute, Miss Gayhart. We're introducing you. She is a member of the group here in convention in New York City and having their actual convention here in the studios. Miss Gayhart, will you tell us just what it is that you folks collect?
Miniature wastebaskets, the tiniest type possible. And I have, to repeat, been collecting them now for 15 years.
You have your total collection right here on this board, bedecked with bunting and various decorative effects here. There must be, 8 or 9 there?
There are 12.
12 miniature wastebaskets.
And you see this one here, I'll point to it. Mm-hmm. That is all hand-carved leather.
It's not much bigger than a thimble, is it?
That's reputed to... No, it's absolutely smaller, I'd say, than the ordinary thimble. This is reputed to be almost 3,000 years old.
Is that so? What did they do with miniature wastebaskets 3,000 years ago?
Oh, they threw tiny things in them.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, how many of you are here in convention at New York for this
Well,
week
there
ahead?
are 4 of us who collect these.
4 from various parts of the United States. And how
3
many?
from the United States, 1 from the British Isles.
Is that so? And what does the total collection include? How many miniature wastebaskets do you have?
Well, about 19, including. And we think that there are 2 more somewhere in the world.
Isn't that interesting? I think that this is real
that
wonderful.
The dye on this, that purple
Yes.
or bluish.
Well, I see our time is up, Miss Gayhart. I hope you have a wonderful time here in New York, and thanks for talking on our microphone.
You're welcome.
I'd like to do a few impersonations, if I might.
Bob, I want you to feel free to do them. The microphone is yours. How many do you plan on doing? Because it'll probably give me time to get down and get a drink.
Well, I thought I'd do them until the audience overwhelm me with applause.
Okay, well, I'll be back when I think that you've had
All right,
it.
first I'll do Michael Redgrave, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, this is Michael Redgrave speaking. Now I'd like to do John Forsythe. Hello, everyone. John Forsythe speaking.
John Forsythe is from Utah.
Now I'd like to do, what's that?
John Forsythe is a British actor.
I'm sorry. Cross that one out. I'd like to do, Michael Rennie for you. Hello, everyone. Michael Rennie speaking.
Can you do Edward Mulhare?
I think so. Hello, everyone. Edward Mulhare speaking.
Do you know there's a sick lady upstairs?
No, I don't know that one. Well, the applause hasn't been overwhelming. So that means that I'm not the winner tonight. So I'll just go out.
Just about. How's the applause go?
Yeah,
I didn't hear
much. There wasn't much.
Oh,
It was quite weak.
Uh-huh. Well, you didn't do Alec Guinness, I don't think, did you?
No, I didn't. Go down for another. Hello, everyone. Alec Guinness speaking. That was terrific.
Congratulations. Well, that's about all the time we have today. Classic Bob and Ray was written and performed by Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding. Additional material by Tom Cook, Lars Hoel, and Ole Olehi. Classic Bob and Ray was developed for the Radio Foundation by our executive producer, Larry Josephson. Lars Hoel is our program producer, engineering by Jerry LaRosa, Bill O'Neill, and Manoli Wetherell.
And now this is Ray Goulding reminding you to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumbs.
This program was independently produced and distributed by the Radio Foundation. This is the Radio Art Radio Network.